Well, Marshall, the answer is probably going to be no now. Hey, yo. So what do you want to talk about? And I'm only asking this question because I really do not know where to start with not only my criticism of this bum-ass line, but the overall theme and vibe and the tone of this song, as well as the direction that Eminem is going. How about I start here? I mean, me personally, I have never shared the same disdain that a lot of people within the social media hip-hop spaces have held against Eminem. I've always considered Eminem as an all-time great MC, and I've always acknowledged what he's been able to do as a white rapper in a predominantly black space, because here's the thing. We can talk till we're blue in the face about Eminem's white privilege and how it's responsible for much of his success, and I would agree with you if we're just talking about Eminem as a rap artist in mainstream music. But in the genre and culture of hip-hop, whole different conversation, and I'm not even gonna get into it because that's not what this video is about. And furthermore, I've always respected the fact that Eminem not only was a true student of hip-hop, but seemingly knew his place in the culture. Now at this point, this is where I ask all the Eminem fans, all the Eminem apologists, all the Eminem glazers to click out of this video, because you're not gonna like the rest of what I'm about to say, and you guys are all batshit crazy. I mean, I can handle you guys, I don't give a but still, please leave. Okay, now that all the nice shit is out the way, as I previously said, I respected the fact that Eminem seemed to understand his place in the culture up until he said this line. Now, I've already seen people try to defend this line online, ranging from comments like, oh, it was just a joke, to, oh, this is just typical Eminem. And while there is an issue with that I'm going to touch on later on, the fact of the matter is this: no matter how you want to slice it, there is something optically wrong about a white male rapper playing up an actual scenario that one of his peers, who happens to be a black woman, actually experienced as a joke. Like in the video, he actually does the shooting finger guns motion. There's an ad lib at that part where he actually like fake laughs. It's not funny, because from the night that Megan Thee Stallion had gotten shot up to present day, there have been people who have denied that she had gotten shot. There are people who had denied that she got shot by the person who actually shot her, and there were people who were making jokes about her getting shot. This is a woman who has publicly gone on record to talk about how traumatic this event was for her. It's not enough that she still has to deal with the effects of that trauma to this day, but she has and still does have to deal with people with their bullshit conspiracy theories about it. She still has to deal with people making jokes and references about it. And if I can be real for a minute, as much as I love hip-hop, let's not act like hip-hop does not have a history of doing this type of shit. You know, referencing actual real life traumatic events that women especially have gone through. Oh, you don't believe me? Well, how about we think back to when Glasses Malone, I think it was, made a song called Rihanna, where the hook was something to the effect of, and I'll beat it up like Rihanna. Or how about we Google the amount of times that Ike and Tina have been referenced in rap songs. Monica Lewinsky, for that matter. So the fact that this is the second instance of a mainstream rapper referencing Megan getting shot in the foot in one of their songs, if I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have 2 nickels.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
But how about we add this layer to it? It's the fact that it's Eminem saying it. Eminem, who has made a history out of perpetuating violence against women in his music for his entire career. And if that's not bad enough, then how about the fact that a lot of hip-hop fans have never let go of the fact that during his beef with Benzino had unearthed an unreleased diss track that Eminem made towards black women when he was a teenager. That whole situation had changed a lot of people's perspective on Eminem. That stench will never get washed off of him, and this line here does not help. But this line is really just indicative of an overall problem, not just with this song, but with Eminem in general. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said that I considered Eminem as an all-time great MC, but what I really mean is from a technical standpoint, because he's really good at rhyme construction, verse construction, flow, delivery, putting words together. But the problem with Eminem is 90% of his career, he has put words together in a grotesque manner just for shock value. A friend of mine, Chris Cadence, shout out to you, Chris, in our group chat had sort of spoke South Park and Eminem in the same breath. And the reason why I bring that up is because over the years, people have compared South Park to Eminem's grotesque, shock value, lyrical content. But I don't see that as a fit comparison. I think that Eminem is more close to Family Guy than South Park. South Park, no matter how grotesque it can get, no matter how offensive it can be, it's satirical comedy for the purpose of commentary. Like, yeah, it may come off as shock value to a lot of people, but if you really pay attention to the show, a lot of the times that shock value has something to say. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes South Park does miss the mark, but when they're on target, they're on target. Can't say the same thing for Eminem. The shock value and grotesque nature of Eminem's lyrical content always seems to come across as him being offensive just for the sake of being offensive and getting a reaction. It's attention seeking. And it may have been cute 20 years ago during a time where society was at a different place, which is also an excuse that I hear a lot, but that doesn't necessarily make it okay. But the shtick, all pun intended, is getting old. Who are you doing this for? The only answer that I can arrive at is that he's doing this for the part of his fan base that has not outgrown that infantile style of humor. And this song really just felt like Eminem was trying to relive the glory days. Like it was a nostalgia act, and not a good one. Not the kind that you can sit back and reminisce about the good old days and appreciate what once was. It felt like, remember when LeBron got D-Wade to come play for the Cavaliers? Like, hey, it could have been like the Miami Heat days, but it wasn't. Unless maybe there's something I'm missing, unless maybe Eminem put out this song and this video to sort of, I guess, poke fun of his fan base that actually expects him to do this type of stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. This song sucks, bro. I'm